Hello folks, today you will see how I created the easiest, steadiest, strongest, fully functional homemade table saw fence system. The innovation of this build is these two pieces of wood cut in an angle that, in combination with the cam profile of wood I made to tighten it further as I push down the handle, make it really steady and strong. Here are the dimensions of the piece of wood that I needed to build this fence. I used woods that I found in my workshop, just to show you the patent, but as I have already said in my previous version, the best wood for these structures is plywood. After I cut all the pieces of wood in the right dimensions, I started the assembling. For this part of the fence I glued two pieces 8 by 8 cm together, and before I cut it into a circle, I drilled a hole in order to put the handle in it later. Now with this way, I cut it into a circle. I sand the handle and the round piece of wood, glued them together, and filled the gaps with dust. For this part of the fence I used melamine so that all the pieces that I'm going to cut can slide smoothly on the fence with no problem. I placed PVC perimetrically, and with a putty knife in this direction I cleaned all the edges. Now for this part of the fence I glued, nailed and screwed these two pieces together. And then I repeated the same process for the guide rail of the fence. I sand the edges of both pieces so that when they fit together, their tips don't touch with each other, allowing these pieces to be tightened nicely and strong with no problem. Then I glued, nailed and screwed this piece onto the guide rail, which will be mounted later on the table saw. Now for this part of the fence I started putting together all the pieces of wood that I needed. After that I took these two pieces, found their center, aligned them and screwed them together. This can be done using a tri-square or checking the distance between the blade and the fence with a tape measure. I shaped this part of the wood with a rasp so that the round wood with a handle can be tightened on the guide rail without them bothering each other. After these two pieces were aligned, I took the piece I made before and placed them together. Then I put the round wood with the handle between these pieces of the fence, found the right place that can be tightened on the guide rail, and I drill an 8mm hole straight and right through, but far from the center, in order to make it a cam wood. I tested it with an 8mm pin and it works really fine. To avoid the wood splitting up when it is tightened, I placed this little piece of pipe with an outer diameter of 10mm and an inner diameter of 8mm, same as the pin, into the round wood and these two washers on the outer side. And now I glued and screwed the two pieces of melamine on both sides of the fence. I cut the 8mm pin in the right length, sanded it, drilled the two holes at the edges to put later the two nails that will hold it in place, and then place it together with the round wood. I placed this piece of wood at this part in order to prevent the round wood with the handle from going lower than it should, making sure that it stops on the guide rail exactly at the point where it is tight enough. I also added PVC tape on the round wood for it to be tightened even better on the guide rail. To show you how it works in practice, I used the top surface of my previous table saw and there we go.